Rebels, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be number 2 of my new series of the best of 2018. Now, if you guys didn't see my last video, I did the best of 2018 eyeshadow palettes in my personal opinion and what I always kept like gravitating towards. So today is going to be foundations and primers. I have high-end and also drugstore. All right, guys, let's get into the video because I have quite a few foundations. I have 10 different face products and I think 8 different primers. I know that's a lot, but I'm gonna go through each one as fast as I can. If you're not yet subscribed, don't forget to subscribe because it is free, $99. Also click that bell so you get notified whenever I upload on the tube, or else my face won't end up on your feed. And let's get on with the video. My favorite drugstore primer at the moment is the Maybelline Master Prime. I have already used this for a couple years. It is my go-to. This one is just the regular blur and blur plus pore minimize. It's great for every single day. You definitely can build it up into larger pore areas, and this one is just my fave. Super affordable, convenient to buy, and I've used it for years. Now, my recent find was the Tatcha Silk Canvas, and this one I was pretty iffy on. I only purchased it because I got 20% off for the Sephora VIB sale. I really thought, okay, this packaging just seems very inconvenient because you got to stick your finger in. It came with like a cute little coin, which I knew I was gonna lose, and I lost it. After using this primer, after a week, I fell in love. Like, my foundations laid so beautifully. You can build this up into your larger pores. It feels so silky on your face. And then when I really started researching about it, there's a lot of good skincare benefits in this, and it's supposed to not clog your pores and actually benefit your skin in the long run. And this, to have a primer that's going to have skincare benefits, I'm all for. So that's why it's so expensive. It is my most expensive primer that I own, and would I repurchase it? Yes, just because I think it's been making my skin look so good and amazing. I switch my primers every now and then, but this has been like my go-to recently, and a little goes a long way. So don't think like you need a lot of the product. No, just little swipe, pat, 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 and boom. I know people, their jaws drop when they hear about the price, but just the benefits behind it, how well it makes a makeup lay, it's actually worth it. And I'm not the one who falls into the hype of anything. I'm probably like the first one to be like, no, you don't need it, don't fall for it. But this one, it's worth it. So for my next affordable primer is the Collab Smoothing Primer. You guys know I'm a part of the team, so I get to try out a lot of the products and I know how they work. I wear them all the time, obviously. I've tested them for so long, and this is my favorite by far. It's really nice and moisturizing. I forgot to say my skin type. I have an oily T-zone and I'm normal all around. This one is great for every day. Our Collab Smoothing Primer is a dupe for probably the main product that I love from the line from Fenty, and boom, it's their primer. I have tried their foundations and they were pretty good. I'm wearing the Gloss Bomb today. That's probably like my favorite product. I just recently tried out their lipstick, but to me, like, their star product from the line is the primer. It makes every foundation lay on beautifully. It's really nice and moisturizing without making me feel greasy. See, so it's kind of like that lotion type of primer right here, but to me, it's really good. It just feels very luxurious. It lays luxurious, and I love it. It basically gives like the same feeling as the Tatcha Canvas Primer, except this one is more in a pump form, and if you don't care about sticking your fingers in, then this is always good. But this one I don't believe has all the skincare benefits of the Tatcha. Let me just say that right now. And then I have 3 more primers, and one is like on the go when you just want to prime your face, but you also want to moisturize at the same time. It's a quick 2-in-1 step, and this is a Smashbox Primerizer. This is my second bottle, and look, I am basically done with it. I use this a lot, especially on days where it's more like casual makeup, or I just want to just do a 2-in-1 step. I mean, it's definitely not going to fill in your pores, but it's just like a quick one and go. Like, I recommend it. It feels great on the skin. It's nice and light, and this one I use a lot of the time during summertime. Now, when you're super, super oily and you have really large pores and you just want to just really mattify that face, Smashbox Photo Finish will always be my number 1. I have used this for so many years. I currently can't use this because my skin is in the middle of being a little bit more dry than usual, but this is great for oily skin and huge pores. If you have any dry spots, this will cling to them. So this is great if you are super, super oily, or a combination, and you have those certain areas you just need to control those oils. This is where it's at. It's a super thick consistency. Whoa, see, like, look at it. It literally looks like just thick goodness. And that's what's gonna happen. You can push this into your pores. I like to use this like if you guys see, I used to have like a nose piercing. I'll place this like when I really wanna hide it. I don't really care though. I'll push it in and you will not ever be able to detect the hole. During the summertime, I discovered this one and I was just so excited. They did send it to me, and when I tried it out, I was like, okay, is this gimmicky? Because this is so weird. First of all, it's in an aerosol can and you have to shake it up and it's a mousse and it's cooling. Like, that just sounds weird. And this is the Origins Original Skin Pore Perfecting Cooling Primer with Willow Herb. And this one feels so freaking good and just soothing on the skin, especially during summertime, or say like you're gonna do your makeup and you live in some place that's really humid. This feels amazing on the skin. It is super cooling. It's not something that you can just kind of feel. No, it is cooling. So there would be some times where I put this on my face and I'm like, woo, like it feels like it like wakes you up in the morning. And it also fills in the pores. So it's not just gonna just lay on the skin and kind of like diminish. It actually fills in pores. I remember, and this is what it looks like. Oh my gosh, just feeling it on my skin. Like, it's so cold, but you just rub it in just like that. What I really love is that the willow herb in here is actually supposed to also have skin benefits. Well, it will help shrink your pores. This is my second bottle that I have. I don't have too much left, but I'm not using it right now just because I want to save this baby for summertime. So if you're like in a hot or humid area, I definitely recommend this one. It's gonna feel so good. So those were all the primers that I have for you. Obviously that was a lot, but as you can see, I have reasons to love each one, dealing with skin type, weather change, all that good stuff, and filling in pores and holes and all that. Okay, so now let's get on to the foundations. So now let's start off with the foundation I'm currently wearing, and I'm wearing IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation. I'm a huge fan of IT Cosmetics. I know people are gonna ask me, do you like the CC Plus or the CC Matte, or what's the difference? I did do a comparison video on the CC Plus and the Bye Bye, so you guys can go check that out. I'm obsessed with IT Cosmetics. They have great skincare benefits. They're really about taking care of the skin and letting your skin breathe and bringing out more of your own natural beauty instead of just covering it up and just hiding everything and it not having any benefit to it except clogging pores and it just kind of making your skin worse. That's what the opposite of. I mean, this has bomb freaking coverage. All you need is like one pump and it'll give you like a medium coverage. You can even kind of do like little dabs in problem areas and just kind of blend it out for a more natural look. And this does go to full coverage. So right now I'm wearing one pump all across my face. All of their campaigns and their pictures and everything, they are not Photoshopped. They are real people with their real skin and everything showing. So if you're ever wondering about their before and afters, they're all legit. They're not Photoshopped. There's a lot of brands that, you know, show the before and after and you're like, oh wow, like how, it's almost like their nose disappeared. They always have SPF in it, which I love. This one is SPF 50. It has I forgot what it is because, oh, the anti-aging 3D Skin Flex. So within the rest of the day, your skin isn't gonna look cakey. It's not gonna be cracking or separating. So now let's go on to a full coverage foundation that is drugstore. And my favorite is from Maybelline. This is the 24-hour foundation. It is full coverage, but it still feels nice and light. It's affordable, it's accessible because you can get it at the drugstore. There's a ton of different shades. Currently, I'm not using this. It doesn't look good on me because I'm more on the drier side lately and I've been having to hydrate my skin just because it has been a little bit more cold here in LA and we're finally getting some real like in the 50s cold. I know some states are probably like laughing like 50s, that's like summer to us, but over here that is like freezing. Like even when it's like low 60s, I'm just in shock because we don't really get real cold weather and it's really been affecting my skin. So this one unfortunately does not look good right now, but this is amazing for oily skin and also full coverage. Now my favorite product, which I have already, I believe this is like my third tube of this, is the Naked Skin from Urban Decay. This is light. This gives a medium coverage. It is a quick and go. It blends out so freaking fast where you don't have to worry about one side setting too quick or working with it really fast. This one looks amazing. This one doesn't suck the life out of your skin. You get a nice satin finish. And it is literally the one and done. And that's why I love it. It's great. It has an SPF of 20. This is literally the one and done product. Obsessed. And I'm not usually too big on buying high-end products for products like this. Like more on the medium to natural looking side or something that I feel I can find a dupe of, but this one is so good. I really don't know what this can be duped with because it's just amazing. I love the formula. It lasts all day. Usually when you get like lighter coverage products like this in the drugstore, they don't last as long. So that's why I keep going back and repurchasing. Now, I am obsessed with this foundation. I could not stop buying it, but then it started hitting me. I'm like, okay, I love it so much. It looks so natural. It looks like my skin and it felt like nothing. And I was like, man, I keep repurchasing it because it looks so freaking good. And it is the Dream Cushion from Maybelline. This is the only cushion foundation I love. The only downside is that there's 0.51 ounces. It's not like a usual 1 ounce, you know, because it is a sponge. But I realized that the product, the only gripe I have with this is that I would finish this immediately. Like I would use it for about, I don't know, like 2 weeks, and I already started realizing, man, like this is already going pretty dry. So when you get the product, it's really only what you get in this sponge, which isn't much, and whatever residual, and it doesn't last too long. That's the only downside, and I think it's pretty up there in price for drugstore, but you can always coupon it up. But that's like my main gripe. It runs out too quick and it's a little bit high, but it looks so good. It looks like your skin is naturally amazing. Like this is it. Another one of those one and done products and something that just looks really beautiful is the Peach Perfect from Too Faced. This is pretty comparable to the Naked Skin, except I will say that the Too Faced has more coverage and it does give more of a glow to the skin. Even though it says Comfort Matte, I don't find this matte at all because I have been currently in rotation with this one specifically. Like a lot of the days I am wearing this. It just looks so beautiful. My skin looks flawless. It feels nice and light, but it gives really good coverage, but it makes my skin just look more glowy. So the Comfort Matte kind of confuses me. I do see my oils come out, but I really don't mind that just because my skin has been looking a little bit more dull. So I've been going through this and also the Bye Bye foundation, but this has been definitely in heavy rotation. Now, when I want something really nice and light in coverage, I don't really care about nitpicking on like certain areas, and I want something really quick and super light. Like I'm talking about just my BB cream. I love the Maybelline BB Fresh. This is my number one. I used to use the Smashbox one, and that one's super pricey, and this is basically the biggest dupe for it. Like I find that this is amazing. It does the same exact thing. There's so many benefits. Like it has SPF 30. It's an 8-in-1 perfect 8-in-1 beauty balm skin perfector. It says it blurs imperfections, enhances, brightens, adjusts to skin tone, smooths, hydrates, helps protect with SPF 30 and 0% oils and other heavy ingredients. That's basically it. It's a really natural coverage. It's just great on the go. It's super fast. Again, it's not a product that dries down and you can work with it. Now for my new find, I found this a couple months ago and I only have one gripe with it, but this is the Catrice HD Liquid Cover Foundation. I am usually the number one like hater on any foundation that has a dropper like this, but this baby covers like no other and it feels nice and light. You definitely can get full coverage and you can wear this for so many hours. Never breaks apart, never separates, and I never lose foundation. I'm one where I touch my face a ton. So whenever I do like foundation tests, I'm like, oh, I'm like missing it all around my nose. This doesn't disappear no matter how much I touch my face. It like stays on. My only gripe is, well, no, I have two gripes, is the applicator. I think it sucks. They need to put it in a pump because it deserves it. It's being disrespected by being in a dropper. But I can totally tell why they're doing that, so you can control it because you don't need a ton, but it gets really messy. I've dropped it on the floor. I've dropped it on my clothes because when you get it, you really have to suck it up from the bottom. And then you have to do it. You can't just put it in and then think you're going to get some, see? So you have to be really specific when you grab it. And also the color selection, I don't think it's that well of a range. I have to mix, let me show you, Desert Beige and Camel Beige, and I have to do like a concoction of either or. I can't just wear either one on its own at any skin tone that I'm at. If I'm at my lightest or if I self-tan or anything, I have to combine. I don't know, they're very weird in tone, especially when I was trying to figure out my shade. Some of them would look so orange and some of them are like really like peachy looking or too olive, and I'm like, whoa, where's this range coming from? But it looks so good, like really good. and to me it looks pretty much like the NARS Longwear Radiant Foundation, except it's not as luminous. This one was my favorite. Oh my gosh, this is my second bottle of this one. I think everybody was raving about this out of nowhere, and I was like, damn, everybody's probably thinking everybody is sponsored, but we were not. We got sent this, I tried it out, and it gives me the most beautiful, just satin finish, lasts so many hours. That's what would get me. Just the finish of it, my skin just looked amazing. It looked like I had a facial, but with makeup on. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I'm gonna describe it. Even though it was a radiant one, it didn't bring out my oils a lot because I use this a lot during summertime. I did get oils probably after about like 3 to 4 hours, but that's really natural for me. But this one, oh my gosh, if you can go get a sample of this, try it out, and the shade range is... Now, for an everyday foundation that's really nice and light, it can build to a medium at the most, and it's super cheap, really affordable. I'm telling you, so affordable. It's only $4.99 or $5.99 at the most, and you can always coupon Wet n Wild Foundation, the Photo Focus. I love this because it is nice and light. The only thing is I do have to kind of do a combination, but I remember being able to wear like golden beige on its own when I was super light before summertime, but this feels amazing. It lays great. It lasts pretty long. I wouldn't say it's like the most long wearing, but it's just so affordable and it works so good that you can't help but buy it. I wasn't a fan of their Photo Focus concealer. A lot of people were saying it was so amazing and it has great coverage, and I heard some people compare it to Tarte Shape Tape. I was not about it. It wasn't my favorite. I think that it didn't even cover that much, but their foundation was done right. Like this one right here is so good. So I know they have a good shade range online. I'm not sure about in store because I don't remember seeing a good range. And then my last foundation, these were a lot of foundations, is the Born This Way Undetectable Medium to Full Coverage Foundation. I was using this so much. In my other videos, I used it a lot during my tutorials. It is full coverage. It looks bomb. It lasts a long time. It doesn't bring out my oils right away, and it's just flawless. Like, I'm talking about full coverage. This one is it. The shade range is amazing. They expanded it. I know they did like a whole expansion with Jackie Aina, and she worked on that. If I were to kind of compare a foundation that's kind of like it, I would say the 24 Hour is the most like it, not exactly it, because I find that the finish just looks so amazing. But these two are pretty close though, I will say. All right guys, and that is it. I hope I didn't talk too long on each foundation. I just saw my whole row of foundations and primers. I was like, wow, don't make this like way too long, but I just want to explain myself on why I love it. Again, this is like within the whole entire year, so obviously I like these at different times of how my skin is and how it's looking. Go ahead and comment down below if you love any of these foundations. I would love to know like what's like the whole group consensus. Like, what do you guys like? What do you guys not like? Or which one do you think is overhyped or you've tried? Which one do you love? I would love to know. And then also say your skin type, because that would be cool, because then other girls and guys can go ahead and look down below, and then we can all help each other out. That's what I like, some good discussion and helping each other out. All right guys, I'm gonna get going because I know the video was already long enough with all of my products, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget, I will have a new video on Tuesday. I upload every Tuesday and Thursday. I'm doing Vlogmas on my vlog channel where I vlog every single day. So right now I only have 2 beauty videos a week on my channel, and I will see you fine apples in the next one. Mwah! Woo-hoo!
Here we go, it's all about you, it's all about me, it's all about what we do. Making art, you and me, trying to find something to believe.